As I'm sure you've read by now, headline after headline, Donald J. Trump is projected to become the 47th president of this great republic of the United States of America. Hallelujah and amen. But they're lying to you about something. Something leaked out so monumental yesterday that they are doing everything they can to avert from this one major truth. I hope you caught it. If you didn't, don't worry, because I'm going to bring it to you here in just 1 minute. This election cycle has been magnificent. To all the new members of this channel, thank you. Welcome home. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for all your support. As you may be on, depending on what platform you're watching us on, there's a means of support. But if you believe in the message, you believe in what we're doing here, there's a better way to support me. And it's by getting more news from Lisa Haven and me and the platform we created as we continue are going to need to cover things that they are not going to like very much. But we'll continue to cover them at Restricted Republic. Use discount code Independence, monthly checkout, $4 a month for 2 years, plus 14 days for free. Get there today for all the exclusive content that can't be found anywhere else but RestrictedRepublic.com. But now let's get back to this nasty, dirty little secret. The thing they lied to you about last night that reshapes everything. So you might be saying that lie is about the popular vote. No. It's part of it. Trump so far, at time of this broadcast, 71 million versus Harris's 65 million. What a dismal showing, but far more dismal than most realize. Putting it into perspective, Joe Biden, 81 million votes to Trump's 74 in the last election. At least that's what the statistics show. But we're going to push forward a little bit more into the presidential results and the Electoral College. Way back when, Biden gaining 306, Trump 232. But let's go to certain states here, because it really goes into shape exactly how much the mainstream media has been lying to you and how much this red wave finally hit. When Joe Biden won office, he was 17 points ahead in Illinois. That was the margin of victory. Do you know what Kamala Harris's was? How about 4? That's a monstrous change. It shows that the temperature of the country overall has changed. Only +4 to Joe Biden's 17 in Illinois, but not the only state we saw that in. Nope. New Jersey, Biden took by 16 points. Kamala, how about 5? You see, they don't want you to know this because they don't want you to understand how much of the supermajority you now are. This country completely repudiated the Biden and Harris administration. Nothing you have done has worked. You have harmed us all, and now it's time for change. And when you see numbers like this, that change is going to be monumental. But even bigger than that, was this clip lost by most? Watch when they show the map of exactly how many counties Kamala outperformed Joe Biden in. The reaction is absolutely epic.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming in 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing. Kamala Harris did not outperform Biden in any single county in the country. I don't know how much bigger of an indicator you need that the temperature, the motivation of this country has entirely shifted. The mainstream media will attempt to water this down. They don't want you feeling any more empowered than humanly possible. They want it shut down because this gives them control. You saw it when Harris skipped her own after party. Sorry, it's late. We got to wait till in the morning before we can say anything. I don't need to play all these clips because you've seen them a million times over, but I will always frame in things slightly different. When they made this humiliating announcement, Bad Hombre posting this, Kamala Harris is in hiding and sent out campaign co-chair Cedric Richmond. We've seen it before. It's been done before with Hillary. But you see, when he made this announcement, you really got to look at all the pictures a little closer, because if you zoom in, everybody had left already anyway. How full was it to begin with? Well, they'll claim it was brimming from the seams, of course, but that's not what the vote just showed. The vote showed that everything the mainstream media, the talking heads have been talking about, have all been lies. They were attempting to manipulate away from the truth that one man was seizing complete control, his party seizing complete control. That man is Donald J. Trump. This on MSNBC. Don't know what's happening with their header there. Trump defeats Harris. Now, there's still some things we have to contend with. Unfortunately, AOC won her re-election bid along with Ilhan Omar, a few more members of the squad. But now comes the attacks. Politico seeing red. You mean angry? You mean Donald Trump? We'd expect nothing less. Newsweek, the comeback. NPR, Trump defeats Harris. Some people keeping it above board. They have little choice. Arizona, once again, shows absolute ineptitude from being able to do anything with elections. My home state is an absolute embarrassment. Aggravated me last night, aggravates me this morning, will continue to aggravate me. But if you look at where our election went for the Senate thus far, well, you'll understand why I'm so aggravated. The people of America gave real Donald Trump a crystal clear mandate for change tonight. And therein lies the key. The overwhelming majority of Americans gave Trump a crystal clear mandate for change. America voted for uprooting the entire system, refreshing it, restarting it, making it proper, making it represent we the people, and Donald J. Trump has a monumental task on his shoulders. Not a single county felt better about putting Harris in position. Not a single county. And adding to that, 23% of black men nationwide voted for Trump. Do you understand what a big percentage that is? Talk about a bellwether. Staggering would be an understatement. Everything in this country has shifted overnight. Everything you had hoped would happen has happened, with the exception of the House, which is still in question. Some claiming Biden had his own sort of victory now, didn't he? Even his own wife walking out in full red last night. Don't tell me these people aren't upset. They have taken so many jabs at Kamala, you can't look away from it anymore. The first president since Grover Cleveland in 1892 to win the House in non-consecutive terms. History has now bestowed upon us. And why? Because of that mandate, that desire, and that request for absolute and abundant change. Even listen here, even Joe Scarborough can't ignore the facts. Tom Elliott posting this.
Well, I mean, so much to go through, so many questions. I came onto the set and Willie said, hey, by the way, because we were talking about the historic nature of this sweep.
Yeah.
And Willie said, do you know, he only lost Illinois by 4 points.
4 points in
New Jersey by 5. I mean, you talk about we had talked about a red wave 2 years ago that never materialized. This is I've got to say, this is the biggest red wave I've seen since Ronald Reagan's 49 state victory in 1984.
The biggest red wave I've seen since Ronald Reagan's 49 state victory in 1984. History has been made. America has spoken with a very, again, request for a clear mandate for change. There is no playing around anymore. We were on map after map last night, fighting to stay awake like you were, I'm sure. But don't worry. you can rest assured that those in the mainstream media simply won't take this lying down. HuffPost putting this out. The nightmare returns. Speaking of Donald J. Trump's victory. Thankfully, Daily Mail, he's back. Donald Trump is elected president. Stunning win over Kamala Harris. A swing state blowout wipes out Democrats because America wanted change. His win is a remarkable political comeback rooted in appeal to frustrated voters, and a vast majority of frustrated voters. No matter how you tried to spin this, mainstream media, you failed. You failed. America saw through the lies. They saw through the campaign. Not even Kamala still never doing a press conference, because what you would have gotten is an absolute non-mandate for change. America puts coup-attempting convicted criminal back in the White House. Oh, they're going to continue to spin this and spin this and spin this. Oh, I'm sorry. Wonder what Jon Stewart had to say.
From that was...
When Donald Trump leaves office on Wednesday morning, he will leave Washington a pariah.
Donald Trump will never be allowed to set foot in the Capitol again. Never. Ever. My point is this.
Enough said, huh? Enough said. All the talking heads. Oh, he will never make it back. America will never allow for it, ever. Well, so much for that. Two big middle fingers in the air.
But you could see, and you know that there's going to be a slide into something else.
Well, we've seen this movie a thousand times.
We've seen this movie a thousand times. But
you haven't seen this movie 1,000 times. This movie has never been played before. You have not disrupted the welfare of millions on top of millions of Americans, made our lives less safe, taken money out of our pockets, stripped away our freedoms to the degree you have. So no, this movie has never been seen before, and there's no preview. So no one knows what's to come. What's the countermeasure to what we see Donald Trump do every day? Clearly, it's not enough to say democracy, that word again, is at stake, because the American people are like, yeah, I don't really feel that, and we didn't feel that. CNN, keeping it clean, Trump retakes power. Oh, he did. Oh, Van Jones, I know you were waiting to hear what he said. Let's watch the tears flow.
Elite who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt.
They're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. The Happy, Happy Joy campaign is over. No, America traded in a lot of hurt for what could potentially be a lot of happiness. Let's put this how it is. Even Dana Bash, this is very, very bad news. It was so enjoyable to watch. Donald Trump has been elected the 47th president of the United States in a stunning political resurrection that sent shockwaves through the country and around the world. Trump becomes the first convicted criminal to win the White House at 78. He is also the eldest person ever elected to office. I guess that suddenly now makes a difference. That on The Guardian. Trump is back. Can't wait to see what the final results are. Trump wins presidency for second time, completing improbable comeback. But they forgot about one major, crucial lie that they were telling. That America's always been behind him. The vast majority of America has been behind him. He wasn't defying the odds. He was realizing the odds. He was realizing what we had all been waiting to do, to vote him back in the presidency for change. See, America didn't care about the coup-attempting convicted criminal being back in the White House. Not at all. And I'm sorry, Drudge. World in shock? No, not so much. You're in shock. What happened to you, man? What happened to you? You see, I'm just done with what the pundits have to say. I always have been. I follow them because I need to understand their headlines and their modus operandi. But at the end of the day, they sacrifice truth for lies. all in an effort to get their candidate elected. But what they didn't tell any of we the people is that our voice was being heard. We have been the majority through this entire cycle, but I bet you didn't feel that way. How many naysayers, doubters, and I don't blame you. With what we've seen in past history, I don't blame you at all. But from the start of last night till the end, everybody kept looking, and when the initial polls came out, there was a very clear-cut, decisive answer. The majority of Americans voted for Donald J. Trump with a very clear mandate for absolute change. Change to what's impacted each and every one of us. Change to get this great republic of the United States back in line. He will have to go through many tumultuous times, because now the truth of the numbers and job numbers and economy will come out, and they will blame Trump for everything that he has done to cause it. But in all reality, he will simply bring forth the truth, and it is going to be ugly. Can Trump turn back and stop the gears of war from moving forward, or is it too late? Things that will all be determined in the months and years to come, and we will be here with you for every moment. But I hope that each and every one of you saw the reality of last night, of how powerful a lie the big lie is. And it never had to do with Donald J. Trump, did it? No, remember what I've told you. They always say what they do. They twist it to be Trump's fault. But it has always been their fault. They were the ones propagating the big lie, and now Trump has a chance to expose every single bit of it. I'm sure right now in Washington, D.C., the paper shredders are in overdrive, because they know what's coming. Because this red wave that we have been waiting for so long to happen has now happened. And Donald J. Trump, you have a chance to do better than you did last time, to put the right people in power, to put the right people in power. Keep those members who tarnished you last time as far away from the White House as humanly possible. I will judge you now based on who you choose, because it will be those choices that will either make you one of the most successful presidents in United States history, or something that us Republicans, you see, we're not like Democrats, folks. We don't just take our candidate and praise them to never end no matter what they do. No, we judge you for your performance. We judge you for what you do. There is no figurehead in this party. It must be now a party of change, and massive change. And I cannot wait to bring it to you in hopes and prayers that that is exactly what happens. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.